everybody, I'm Slothastic and welcome back on this new video. And you have been a few to ask me my point of view on the Lion King live action movie that came out like 2 weeks ago, something like that. And I watched it like the day after it came out in theaters. And yeah, I'm taking a little bit of time to make my review, but I think it's kind of complicated to say really what you think of the live action movie, because it's a movie that has been waited for a long time. Everybody has been excited for it, even me. And even if I was like, you know, as you could see in my like reaction to my reaction, oh my god, I can't speak English today, reaction, I don't know, whatever, of the trailers of The Lion King, I was a little bit perplexed because the trailers seemed like a lot like the animated movie, but the movie itself is kind of like a different in a way. If we don't compare it to the animated movie, if like we go watch it without seeing the animated movie before, I would say this movie was a good movie. Like, it's not the best movie, but it's not the worst. It's like a movie, not too bad, not too, you know, with cool SFX, with a nice story, nice characters, cute baby lions, you know. But even with that, without comparing to the animated movie, I think we can feel like the lack of emotion or like the lack of facial expression is kind of annoying after a moment. But in general, it's not a bad movie, but not the best, but not the worst. Now, if you compare it to the Lion King animated movie made by Disney, there are a few things that are annoying and that are not so good, you know. So this whole movie, this whole video is my own point of view, like my own feelings about this movie. So I'm not saying you have to feel like me. I know there are many people who loved it, and I respect it, but I didn't love it. I didn't hate it. It's complicated, I think, because a few things are good, but a lot of things are bad. And in that way, I think it's complicated. First of all, I'm gonna say what I didn't like and try to explain why I didn't like it. And then I'm gonna say what I liked, and at the end I'm gonna say in general how this movie could have been made, or I don't know, giving my, I don't know. The whole movie starts with basically the same as the animated movie. So it starts with the Circle of Life song. You see pictures of the animals, and it's basically the same things, like shot by shot. It's almost the same. You can copy paste the whole thing. And then we have like the whole mouse scene. I felt like it's okay, cute, a mouse going everywhere, but I felt like this scene was too long. Like, okay, you know what? Yes, there is a mouse like running around for like 1 minute. It's useless, you know. So there are a few scenes like that that were annoying. Like this scene with the mouse. We don't need a big scene with seeing a mouse running around, jumping on a rock, failing, and jumping on the rock again, then entering Scar's cave. No, we don't need to see that. I mean, it's too long. But they did it, so wow, okay. And then another scene I remember, and I was like, There are two other scenes, now I get another one. There are two other scenes that got kinda like annoying, like the mouse scene. It's Mufasa's ghost. For me, Mufasa's ghost has been failed, because in the movie, in the animated movie, it's a wonderful scene when you see colors and the lions forming into the clouds, and it's really impressive. Like every time I watch this scene, you get the goosebump. See, I already get the goosebump just by thinking of this. And now, in this live action movie, you just see the face only when there is like the thunder into the clouds. So the lighting of the thunder, you know, show the face of Mufasa. And first you don't always see it. So you basically watch clouds and you are like, I was trying so hard to see if I could see Mufasa, but you can see it only when you have the lightning. And every time you have the lightning, because before your eyes have been looking all around to see where Mufasa was, when you have the lightning, you don't really see it, because you know it's go like that and then it disappears and you are like, I see it but I don't see it, you know, because the clouds move, so the face moves. And why you didn't like stick to the freaking movie, you know, like why you didn't try to copy past this scene? You have copy past the circle of life, and now you are just failing this wonderful scene. No! And then you have the scene with Simba's hair like flying around to reach Rafiki. It's so long. It's so long to see piece of hair flying around, getting in water, and then a bird take it, and then I don't know where it goes, and then it falls and a giraffe eat the hair, and then the hair is in the poop of the giraffe, and then you have this little insect pushing the poop. No! I mean, like, please stop this thing. No! It was too long. Like, you don't need to see this whole thing, okay? You don't need to see this. They should have like focused more on, I don't know, another scene that have been failed and where you needed more time. For example, the scene with, I don't know, the final battle. It's failed. Like, we needed a bigger, a little bit longer fight between Scar and Simba. Or maybe they could have like put all the time they spent for the hair or the mouse into, I don't know, Simba and Nala trying to escape the hyenas in the graveyard, or I don't know. You see, there are a few scenes, like important scenes, that have been like failed because they prefer to focus more on scene, like spending 1 or 2 minutes on seeing the travel, the journey of Simba's hair. I mean, okay, cool, that's cool. Now we know that Simba's hair have ended up into a freaking giraffe's stomach and she pooped it out, and then an insect traveled the whole thing to Rafiki's. I mean, like, no, please, no. I think a few scenes have been like failed, and it's annoying. It's really annoying. Another thing that have annoyed me a lot is the lack of emotion and expressions on the lions' faces. So I know you are going to tell me that it's supposed to be a real thing, you know, like real lions, and in real life lions don't have expressions on their face. Yeah, I know, But we also have to remember that it's a movie supposed to be based on an animated movie where you can go crazy with the colors. It's an important thing too. I'm gonna say it more about it later. On the colors, on the faces, on, you know. And here, the fact that they stay like too much like poker face and they just go like ba 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 ba. It's annoying. Like, you want to be like, you know, try to put some more expression. I think they could have added some more, like when a lion is hungry, we feel he's hungry. While a lion is scared, you feel he's scared. I mean, you know, it's not because it's supposed to be real. It's a movie, okay? It's a movie. If you want to go at 100% real, then you don't make them speak. You go with something more like in spirit, the stallion of the Cimarron. It's like a voiceover explaining the story. If you want to go some 100% real, you go this way, you know. Spirit doesn't speak. So if you want to make them speak, then make them have some expressions on their face. At least a little bite, because after a moment you are like, okay. And then suddenly Nala goes with like, eh. So for like 1 hour, I had 0 expressions on the faces. And then suddenly Nala goes, eh. Why? However, it's annoying. The colors are missing so much in this movie. It's not meaning that it's black and white, because it's colored, you know. But I feel like we needed more colors, like it's not enough colorful. For example, I would have appreciated if we could have seen like more flowers, bringing some like, I don't know, purple, red, you know. Because when you watch the Lion King animated movie, you feel all these colors, you know. And it's something that brings like Africa, you know. You feel all these colors. When you see pictures of African people, they goes with like so much colorful like clothes and stuff, and it's beautiful. It's beautiful. And here in the Lion King, I feel like it's too dark. You know, it's too dark. So okay, the story is supposed to be like a little dark, you know, but it's not because the story has to be a little dark that the pictures have to be dark. I mean, for example, when Simba sing "I Can't Wait to Be King" in the animated movie, all the colors suddenly change because you enter into Simba's world. Simba's trying, like wishing to be king, like the way he sees the things, it's gonna be marvelous. Like he's going to be the king, he's going to decide, he's going to be in his world, and by that, with this song, you enter into the whole Simba's world. And I have been like really disappointed in this scene because I was really expecting the people would have been a little crazy with this scene, you know, like they would add colors and all and see, and so we could feel like we enter into Simba's world. It's not a cub lion running around and saying he can't wait to be king. No, it's a lion running around saying he can't wait to be king, and he show you his world, you know, his universe. You feel Simba's world, even in Be Prepared. So the scene Be Prepared, I was happy to know that they kept the song Be Prepared. But when I see the whole thing, I have been really disappointed. First, because something I didn't like with the characters, and I'm gonna talk about it later. With Be Prepared, I was really disappointed because first, the song is not like, it's not the full song, you know. But even though it annoys me, because this song is basically the song I love the most in the whole movie, but they decided not to add it. Even if it could have been cool because it explains a lot of things. But they decided to do it this way, and I respect it. It's not that bad. But I think they could have added some more colors, because it's absolutely too dark. It's too dark, and it's what I don't like. It's too dark. I mean, they could have added some more light. In the whole movie, they could have added some more light and colors. Like, they could have added some, you know, the green smokes and all. They could have added this. Even if it was not green but white, it would have brought some more light in the scene. And it's what I didn't like. Plus, I feel like the voices were not like synced on the whole speech and all. I mean, the voices are so powerful and the characters are so slow. I feel that, you know, we could have added some more dynamism into the characters, and something we didn't have much. When they walk or when they move, they feel so heavy. I didn't like that. Also, what I didn't like is the characters. A few characters haven't been respected the way they should have been respected. And I'm not only speaking about Scar, because Scar is the biggest proof of what I'm gonna say. He's the biggest proof, but he's not the only one. So I understand that I'm gonna put a little image here so you can see. The reason why Scar is not like a black mane is basically because in the real life, a lion with a darker mane is a lion who is more dominant. And Scar is absolutely not the dominant one. Mufasa is. So for that, they couldn't make Scar with a dark mane. And also, he couldn't have a longer mane because it's the same. The dominant have a big mane to attract the female. So it's what happened with the real life lions. So, since the live action movie is supposed to be a real life thing, they couldn't make Scar with a black mane. Okay. But they didn't have to make him look like a grass, okay? He didn't need to look with a short blonde hair. They could have made it a little darker, and even his fur, they could have made him more dark, you know. They could have tried something to respect the animated version, because once again it's supposed to look like a real life, but it's based on an animated movie. Plus, it's a Disney movie. So I think they could have like tried to not respect everything that happened in real life. Like, we don't need to see, we don't care if lions have big mane, and if, you stay with me, and if they have a darker mane, we don't care. We watch a movie that is based on an animated movie we all know, and suddenly they put Scar like this to like this. I mean, guys, we don't care. You know, we don't really care, okay? I don't care. I would have preferred to see Scar like this than like this, you know. But once again, it's my point of view. However, even though we had interesting things for Scar, something that once again is going to prove that the books are not canon. The books don't tell the truth. The books are a fan-made. Disney said it, that the books are not canon. So what happened in the books are not canon. And here was an interesting thing that I hope you guys understood when you watched the movie. But Scar say that he has tried to defeat Mufasa and he's never going to do it again. So basically, Mufasa fought his brother and he marked him. So it's Mufasa who has made Scar's Scar. Okay? Also, another character I didn't really enjoy. Well, I enjoyed them, but in same way I was kinda like disappointed, is the hyenas. The hyenas are, in the animated movie, it's a group of 3. We have Shenzi, we have Ed, and we have Banzai. And, well, in the animated movie we can feel like Shenzi is kinda the leader of the small group. Like, she's like bossy and all. And then Ed is also kind of bossy, but he leaves the leader like position, let's say that, to Shenzi. But he's not like a Dumbo, you know, he's like a little dominant. And then we have Ed, a simple minded hyenas. He obviously have a problem, he's kind of dumb, but not in the same way they made him dumb in the movie. And let's now see how they are in the movie. Shenzi is basically the queen of the hyenas, like she's the leader. She's not only with Ed and Banzai, and it feels like she is not with Ed and Banzai, and it's kind of annoying because in the animated movie they are like 3 best friends or 3 siblings, I don't know, but they are together. And here in the live action movie, Shenzi is like the queen of the hyena. So it's interesting, but it changed her character quite a lot. But, well, it's okay. Now what I didn't like is the relationship between the hyenas and Scar. Like, basically the hyenas goes, "Oh, look, Scar, we are going to eat you." No, in the animated movie they kinda fear. They are on Scar's side. Scar is their king. And they are like submissive to Scar. Scar is the boss. They feared him. He feed them, reason why they respect him. And here they have no respect. They don't care. They are with him, but they don't care about him, you know? It's like, we can eat you if we want. No. Sorry. No. You can't eat him. They are supposed to fear him. It's only at the end that they notice he's the biggest outlander ever, you know? But however, also Banzai and Ed were not like what I expected. Like, Ed is the biggest cliche ever, like the big guy with big muscle with 0 brain. And I didn't like it. Like, it's something that has been made and remade in all movies, and it's annoying. Like, do you have to make the big guy with the big muscle with no head? Like, please, Ed is not like that. The interaction between Banzai and Ed is basically so cliche, and it worked in so many movies that now it's just annoying. Stop being so cliche, you know, it's annoying. I mean, and then you also have another character, you have Zazu. So Zazu is different, but the fact he's white instead of blue is not a problem. I didn't really care, to be honest. It's just his personality that I didn't really enjoy in this live action movie. Like his personality is so different. In the animated movie, Zazu is like proud, you know, he's like the king's man, and yeah, he's proud, and he knows that you can't cross the line because the king is going to kick your butt. But here he is like whiny bird, never happy, like not never happy, always scared, you know, he's scared, he's whiny, he's like, oh my god, no, 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 don't do that, don't go like that, and it makes him look pathetic. Other characters I didn't like is Timon and Pumbaa, because once again the same thing I said, their personality is so much different. In the animated movie, Timon is bossy, he doesn't always have the good ideas, but you know, he likes to steal Pumbaa's ideas, and he's scared, but at the same time he's proud. And here he's like, he feels like he's not the boss. It feels like Pumbaa is the boss. Instead of Pumbaa being like the funny guy, always trying to be cool and all, here Pumbaa feels like the boss. Kind of the boss, trying to be funny, but it's not so funny. I know I have people saying like, wait, I have a question, because they know I love the Lion King and I know the Lion King pretty well. They were like, I have a question. Is Pumbaa and Timon really like that? I mean, I felt like when I was watching the Lion King, I felt like they were more funny. And I was like, yeah, they are supposed to be more funny, but in the movie they are not funny. Not that much, you know. But whatever. It's what I complain a lot. There are a few changes. Changing things are cool, you know. It's cool. Like for example, the way Scar kills Mufasa. It's cool. I mean, it's not cool, but the action is not cool, but the way they change it, like instead of, you know, doing this and then he lets go and Mufasa falls, here he like digs his claws into Mufasa's paw and then he hit Mufasa and Mufasa falls. It makes more sense. It was cool. So now I'm gonna say what I enjoyed. So I enjoyed this. I mean, it was great. It felt more real. Also what I liked is all the little things we don't have in the animated movie and that we have in the live action. I enjoyed, for example, we see Nala trying to sneak away and leaving, you know. We know how she left, why she left. And it's cool. I feel it was cool. I also really enjoyed that in the jungle you have a lot of little animals, not only Timon and Pumbaa, because in the animated movie it's cool, but yeah, it's true that the jungle feel a little bit abandoned, you know, like we feel like we only have Timon, Pumbaa and Simba. But here, it feels like you have Timon, Pumbaa and Simba and you have a lot of other little animals. And it's cool. I really liked it. I really loved the scene where you see Mufasa fighting the hyenas. It was so freaking good. Like, I enjoyed it so much. It was so good. And I also really enjoyed the fact that we see other little cubs in the group. Like, there is a moment when Zazu takes Simba back, so when Mufasa goes to save Sarabi from the hyenas. It's so cool that we know that Sarabi and her lionesses were fighting the hyenas. You know, it feels like Sarabi has a bigger role, and it's so cool. And the fact that Mufasa goes to protect, you know, it's cool too. So Zazu takes Simba back, and then you have a group of lioness. So it reminds me of, you know, my episode 2 or 3 of my Lion King family tree, where I said you have like lionesses specialists in taking care of the cubs, and we see that, and it's so cool because it's like, oh, you know, I thought about it too. It's cool to have like the takers, you know, the lioness who takes care of the cubs when the mother have to go fight or go hunt, and it's cool. And then you see other small cubs, and then you feel like they are more than just Nala and Simba, and that's amazing. All the little things we don't see in the animated movie, it makes more sense, it makes more things like more life to the whole movie, and it's amazing. So I really enjoyed it. One little more thing I didn't like was the fact that the lions look basically all the same except for the male, but the female looks basically all the same, to the point that there was a moment I wasn't even sure when Scar is the king and you see all the lioness. I didn't really, it was complicated for me sometimes to make the difference between Nala, Sarafina, a random lioness, with Sarabi. Like sometimes I was like, wait, this is Sarabi speaking, or this is, and no, it was Nala, and I was like, and then suddenly you see that, oh, now it's Sarabi, and no, it's Sarafina, and you're like, where is Sarabi? They all look the same, you know. It was annoying. And something I didn't like too was all this dirt. The movie feels dirty, like the lioness are dirty, the whole thing is dirty, you feel the dirt, it's dark and dirty, and it's annoying. I use this word so much, but it's how I felt. I felt annoyed by some things, by some difference, but I also felt amazed by a lot of things. This is why, so now in general, what I felt like it's not a bad movie, because I enjoyed it. I enjoyed a few things. I was like, oh, that's cool to see that, oh, that's cool to see that. And then I was disappointed with like the biggest line. Like it feels like they kept the biggest line and they focused on all the SFX, trying to make the lions look real as much as possible, and then it makes small but important lines of the story more like fail. They could have tried to focus a little bit less on the SFX and try to respect a little bit more the movie, even if it's not 100% the same, because it's cool to see difference. It's really cool. For example, when the hyenas chase Simba after Mufasa's death, I found it really interesting for him to be hidden in the rocks instead of falling into the spiky thing, you know. So seeing difference is not a problem. It's amazing. Difference is to bring more sense, to bring more life, to bring more, you know, explanation on the movie, on the animated movie is cool. But difference is to change a character, to change a scene that is kind of important is annoying, and it's what I felt. Now, the director of the movie, Jon Favreau, is an amazing director. He made an amazing job on the SFX. We can't deny the fact that the lions look real, even if you still feel it's kind of computer, you know. It look cool in general. But I think his universe, when he makes a movie, we say that the director has a universe, you know. His universe is perfect for movies like Iron Man or Marvel, or movie with a sort of dark universe, you know. Because I feel like his universe is dark. His pictures are dark. His stories are dark. And it's okay for a movie like Iron Man, or for a movie like Marvel in general, but for a Disney movie where it's supposed to be colorful, happy, sad, but happy, you know, the dark thing is not the best for me. In my opinion, it was not the best. So yeah, that's how I felt in general. It's not a bad movie, it's not the best movie. Compared to The Lion King, it's not the best remake. I think they could have done better. And I think maybe in a few years, maybe in 10 years, they could try again and not only focus on the SF. I also have to watch Aladdin, because I didn't watch this remake. And I have to watch it, and just to see if it's that failed, because I heard it was a really big fail, and I want to see if it's that much of a big fail. So if you are interested in me watching Aladdin remake, live action movie remake, blah blah blah, and make a review with how I really feel about it, you tell me. Now I think I'm gonna stop this episode here because it's gonna be so long. I hope you enjoyed. I hope you will respect my point of view because it's my opinion. You asked me my opinion, I gave you my opinion. My 100% honest opinion. It's not a bad movie, it's not the worst, it's not the best. It's a movie to watch, but it will never be as good as the animated movie. Never. And for the reason I explained. Just be respectful. I mean, it's not because you are disagreeing with someone that you have to be mean, you know. Be more smart and explain your point of view. Explain in the comments how you felt. Did you felt like me? Did you feel like some characters were failed, some scenes were failed, like some, like the dynamism was missing, like, you know, tell me how you felt about it. Just don't only go, it was so cool, because you are a fan of The Lion King. I am a fan of The Lion King. I have a lot of Lion King things. I have, you know, doesn't mean that I enjoyed it. I was kinda disappointed in it. I was expecting so much. But maybe it's because I was expecting too much and I got like disappointed. I don't know. Would you like them in the future to try to remake it in another way? Maybe more respectful to the animated movie, for the characters. Maybe a little bit crazier with the colors and all, you know. So tell me all this in the comments. So I'm gonna see you soon, guys, for another video. Bye bye and take care!